You're begging, begging. He's begging Kata for a kiss. Hey y'all, it's Bridget Ajay, and you're watching I Watch and Judge. We are back again with Love Island. We are going to rant about episode 5 today. So, honestly, episode 5 was a whole movie, and I don't know why. It was an hour and 20 minutes. It's like they gave us something, but then also there wasn't much happening too. And I was like, damn, they was able to fit all that in an hour and 20. Anyway, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get straight into it. All right. Right away, Anaya, please wake up. Everyone is saying this on social media. You need to wake up. Like, yes, she gets the tea, but I feel like every time she goes to someone for like advice, it's just always like, yeah, you're valid, blah, blah. Like, I don't know. I feel like she's just either playing the game or just very sweet and just doesn't want to like have conflict with people. So she's just like on everyone's side. But it's like, wake up, especially with Melanie. Like, Melanie's the type of person you don't want to be friends with. Like, I feel like she would backstab her. Like, Melanie is messy. Yeah, she's two-faced, and she might have some people food, but she don't got me food. All right, and then Corbin, F boy, Mr. Player. He talking about he in his past life he was a player. Like, no, sir, you are still very much a player. Yeah, you kissed Kenzie, and then now you're begging, begging. He's begging Kata for a kiss.
Can I get a kiss?
No, not yet.
What?
Not yet.
Why?
Because are you kissing all the other girls?
No.
So why you want to kiss me?
Cringe, cringe, cringe. And then she says no. And she stood on business. She said no. She's like, I have to talk to you a bit more. Yeah, she was just trying to play hard to get. Yeah. And then obviously word spread around, and then it got back to him. He's like, oh. So now he's just like, yeah, trying to explain himself to Kenzie. Because she's like, I don't know, just giving like F boy. She's like, I don't really like that. And he's like, oh, like, he's like, yeah, I thought about it all night. I just kept thinking, like, Kenzie, Kenzie. I'm like, sir, no, you weren't. You slept like a baby last night. You were not thinking, oh, I effed up or anything. And he's telling her, he's like, yeah, like, I thought about it and I realized it was wrong. One thing about players, they know how to play the game. They know the right things to say. And it clearly worked on Kenzie based on like the outcome of the like ending of the episode. Yeah. And I'm just like, girl, like, please get it together. I feel like she literally, well, aside from her being attracted to Corbin, I honestly think she's with him because he blatantly told her, you're my type. And she just wanted to hear that because after Zach told her, you're not my type, look at how she acted. The girl was going cuckoo, and look how she acted. And now finally somebody comes in talking about, yeah, you're my type. And then look at her. Mind you, the thing she says about Sean, like, she praises Sean. She's like, oh, the things he does for me. She's like, for me, it's those little things. And then you chose Corbin. And here's the thing. The reason why I don't agree with her and Sean is because they haven't properly had the chat. It's just kind of been like, again, trauma bonding, and they're just kissing and kissing and kissing, but they haven't properly chatted. So that's my issue. Yeah. All right. Now Trinity and Anaya. Again, going back to like the whole Mel situation and Beatrice and everything. Like, they didn't defend Beatrice, and I feel like, and it's not even just me, I've been seeing on social media as well. People are saying, look at the way everybody bullied Shelly and Ola last season. Y'all know how they always do black girls. We speak up, we have an opinion, we're bullies, we're like all of a sudden mean girls. So I feel like they're just trying to be like, Anaya, I don't know, she's probably just like maybe a people pleaser, I don't know. But for Trinity, like, she's like, I get both sides. Like, I feel like she's trying to make it so known, like, I get both sides. Like,
Crazy. I literally see both sides. I really do.
I don't.
She doesn't want to be labeled as a meanie, a bully, a mean black girl. Because they always do that to black women every freaking time. Like, let us breathe. We can have opinions too. And if anything, last season, Huda was ghetto. Them black girls were very classy. Huda was the ghetto one, doing too much. Yet she, like, of course, people didn't like her, but then all of a sudden started getting so much appraisal after the twerk contest. Let's be so freaking for real. But we're not talking about last season. So let me get back on track to this season. All right. And then Mel, when she had that chat with Sincere, because she was crying and she needed someone to talk to. So she's like, can you just be a friend right now? Like, be on friend mode?
You to be on friend mode.
Okay, yeah, I'm all ears. First of all, come here.
And like, they had the conversation. Like he was there for her, he listened to her and whatnot, but he didn't like how she called him friend. And then they had that chat too. And when I heard that, I think like for me, when I heard her say that, I think she meant like this isn't the time to be on like sexual mode and stuff like that. Um, she just really wants to just have a conversation. Because they're interested in each other and whatnot. But I guess to him he took it as like we're partners and then you're saying let's be friends, something like that. So like I feel like that whole conversation, I mean, it felt like filler as well. It was whatever. It was like, okay, yeah, I guess both sides make sense. And he was like, but like if we're like partnership, like obviously like there's still friendship within. So just he just didn't like how she mentioned that. And I can get like I can understand that. Yeah. All right. And then Sean. So Sean finally pulls someone else instead of sticking with his trauma bond with Kenzie. He ended up pulling Trinity. He voiced it out that he's interested in talking to Trinity and Anaya. Unfortunately, he didn't get to talk to Anaya, but he did get to talk with Trinity, and like I think their conversation was all right. And he could have definitely explored more, but he got booted off the the island. Yeah. So I was like, damn, like he's finally like opening up. But I maybe he just did it a little too late because he had all those other like 2 days to talk to Anaya and Trinity. But I guess like they all are just scared. I don't know. They're all like walking on eggshells and scared to talk to each other. But it's Love Island, and that's what you do on Love Island. And again, like it's only like maybe day 4, night 4. I don't know. And now like maybe day 5. Yeah. Okay, and then KC. KC is on my client list. I don't trust Casey as a man because I don't know, he just gives that F boy vibe. I don't know, just something about him I don't trust. Now, what I do love about this brother is how he praised this black woman.
I just feel like darker skinned women, like you guys get the short end of the stick, and like they try to put like a negative connotation on you guys. The dark, Casey, I'm gonna cry. No, really, like all my family is like we black, like you know what I mean.
He like watching this as a dark skinned girly, I felt validated, and I'm so glad that the Love Island producers decided to keep this and show it on air or air it because we don't really see that most of the time. A black man praising a black woman, and not just any black woman, a dark skinned black woman who the world tends to shit on, and we're always kind of like left behind. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Keep that up, Casey, and then you might just win the show. But I was so happy to see that. And like Anaya too, like she lit up. She was just like, wow, really? Like, thank you. But again, we all know he likes her more than she likes him. But that's how it should be. I would want my man to like me more than I like him. That's how it should be. That's how a relationship is gonna work. Yeah. Y'all, we moving fast today. We moving fast today. All right. And then Bea and Mel, when they had their little chat to smooth things over, and like I felt so bad for Bea. Like she got vulnerable and she was talking about, you know, how she doesn't feel feminine enough as an athlete and everything. And I feel like it has something to do also with her disability, obviously. And she said she's been through a lot. Like imagine growing up and not having to feel feminine and beautiful and whatnot.
Like I definitely need to play into this like very feminine role to be here when it's like I don't fit into that until like a man makes me feel soft, like with Gabriel.
Yeah. And I'm so glad like she spoke up on that because like I'm pretty sure there's so many women out there feeling that as well. I used to run track as well. But for me, I didn't see it, it didn't make me feel like not feminine. Like I generally just loved even the title of being like I'm an athlete. I don't know, but everyone has different experiences. Like, cause I feel like Beatrice has that personality aspect, like amazing personality, but I guess she wants to feel more feminine, probably like more sexy with her, like the men that she's with, versus always having to put that wall up and not cry and just be like funny all the time or like that huge personality all the time. Like she just wants to be soft for once, like soft girl vibes. However, I feel like her, like, I feel like, when like people apologize, but it's kind of like just so you can move forward. I just still feel like she stands on what she said, and she's just trying to get the understanding from Mel's side as to like, did I do something wrong? But she still believes that her, speaking up was right, and rightfully so. Her speaking up was definitely correct and right. Yeah. All right, now let's get straight into the recoupling. So I was not surprised with the outcome, to be honest. Like the show is messy. So, and I feel like obviously bombshells when they come in, usually if there's like a recoupling, they're like excluded from it so then they don't get dumped from the island or they get first dibs. They are the bombshell. So I wasn't surprised, but they were trying to be like creative and different this season, texting him being like, "Oh, you know how to keep a secret and whatnot." And I was just like, y'all didn't have to do all that. I mean, like either way, he's probably still gonna choose because he's a bombshell, but whatever. And then when the fire pit scene happens, Ariana's like, "Yeah, you got a text," and then they're all just like, "Ooh." Now it's gonna make it seem like, "Oh, so you got a text and you ain't tell us," but then now he's gonna have to explain, be like, "Nah, like the text told me not to say nothing to y'all." Yeah. Now he had options between Kenzie, Kada, and then I mean, kind of Melanie. I don't know, maybe Trinity, I don't know. But mostly like Kenzie and Kada. But I guess we all knew he was gonna choose Kenzie. I wasn't surprised about that. But the moment that happened, I was like, no. I was like, Sean, Shawnee, Shawnee, Sean. I was like, Sean is going home. But again, it was like bittersweet because we love his presence. He's very mature. Like I love how he handles situations and just move on from it. But again, this show is not for him. And then Ariana goes like, "Oh, your son would be so proud of you." Girl, I'm being dumped. I don't want to hear that right now. But yeah, I did feel bad for him. I was like, dang, like his presence is definitely gonna be missed, but the show must like go on and I think he'll end up finding the perfect person for him. It was definitely not gonna be through Love Island for sure. Yeah. And then like the men, like when they be like, "Oh, I'm so nervous," and they're like shaking in their boots, I'm like, why are you nervous? It's obvious you're gonna get picked. Like I feel like last night's recoupling was very like predictable. Yeah. Now Trinity low key had me a little like, even though like there was obviously she's gonna choose Bryce, but I don't know the way like she was saying it, I was like maybe not. But then it was obviously Bryce, because like she only had that one chat with Sean. Like Trinity obviously wouldn't just be like Sean. That would be like what out of nowhere. So she ended up choosing Bryce, and I don't know that coupling. I'm not convinced still. It's more so on Bryce's side. I don't know. I just don't trust him. Something is off. Something's off. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. But also during the recoupling, Casey, try not to laugh again. Bro, Casey be having me dead because, like, bro, he was like, he's so funny. He's trying everything, like, to not laugh. Like, it's so funny. And I'm like, I get it. Like, I'll be laughing too. And it's silent. So imagine, like, we're getting the music. For them, it's like pure silence. Like, that's so freaking awkward. If I was there, I would, like, not make eye contact at all because I would burst out laughing. Like, this dude is mad funny. He needs to stay in the villa. Like, he needs to stay there. And again, he has like plus 10 points for supporting black girlies. Yes. But yeah, like I guess Sean can go return and do his daddy duties. But after that, he packed. Him and Kenzie had a chat. And she's like, I feel so bad. And, she did mention either way she would have chosen Corbin. But girl, I feel like this is going to be the biggest mistake of her life. Players are never retired. I don't care what no one says. It's going to be the biggest mistake of her life. Like, Kenzie, be smart. You had a guy that was treating you good. But again, the show's not for Sean. I feel like I'm contradicting myself. I don't know. I think she just needs someone with like Sean's like like the way he goes about things, does things for her and makes her feel like happy, wanted or whatever. But let's see how Corbin's gonna be. I don't trust him though. And he's mad young too. Like that's a child, that's a baby. But yeah. So then they give us the 3 new bombshells coming. I was like, oh, so y'all now gonna have to create some space. Y'all let one person leave and now you're bringing 3. They're bringing 3 now. And I'm just like, bro, like it's about to get messy, and I love it. Like, bro, I'm curious to see. I feel like Gabe with Soul, yeah, and then Sincere is definitely probably gonna, yeah, talk to Soul maybe, but I feel like Soul in particular is gonna get these guys acting up. The new guy, maybe good for Kenzie, yeah, and then the other girl, I didn't really, she wasn't like memorable, so but yeah, and then I watched the preview for tonight. Who else watched the preview for tonight? Yeah. It's about to get hot and messy. I cannot wait for tonight's episode. Like, y'all, I'm itching to know what is gonna happen. And it looks like Melanie's gonna be upset. So I'm just like, yeah. But yeah, guys, that's it for the episode 5 rant, whatever you want to call it. Again, don't forget to subscribe, and I will be back again with episode 6. All right, bye. Peace out, guys. Love y'all.